My Menzies Research Centre colleague Amanda Stoker joins me now from Brisbane. Amanda, Facebook's decision to censor an IPA video putting the no case for the Voice to Parliament referendum doesn't bode well for freedom of speech in this debate, does it?
It really doesn't, and really all Australians should find this deeply troubling. The idea that a polite, respectful video that really sought to draw out the importance of valuing every individual on the basis of what's on the inside rather than on the basis of the colour of their skin. I mean, that should be such an uncontroversial message. It isn't funny. The idea that big tech companies based overseas are designing algorithms that will censor out what is really very mainstream content because it doesn't fit with their political agenda, it's only a sign of things to come if it isn't addressed.
Well, look, as a former Assistant Attorney General, what power, if any power, does the federal government have to stop big tech interfering in this way in what's essentially our sovereign political debate?
Look, the federal parliament does have the power to legislate in relation to these matters. It comes out of the constitutional power that relates to telecommunications and the like. There's no doubt they have the power to do this. What's important, though, is that any intervention in this space be grounded in those fundamental freedoms that have grown a free and fair Australia. It can't be about picking winners. It can't be about picking and choosing what content fits with our time. It's got to be based on those broad brush principles that allow a whole range of ideas to be shared, to be contested on their merits, and to rise and fall accordingly. It troubles me greatly that the algorithm that they pretend has no political filter seems to let an awful lot of quite extreme terrorist content get up from time to time, but it takes down really very mainstream political content because it doesn't fit that leftist agenda that's on the ascendancy. That should trouble everyone, whatever their politics are in this country. It's a real test for Albanese.
Well, I think so too, because today it's Conservative voices being taken down, but of course many of the people driving this actually come from the far left. He's going to, in time, find himself in trouble, isn't he? I mean, it's a question of national interest, not what your particular political stance may be on the Voice.
Absolutely, and every Australian has a stake in us being able to communicate freely, including to hear and share and debate ideas with which we disagree. There will always be times when our views are in the minority, whatever our political colour, and it needs to be the case that contest of ideas can occur so that the best ideas rise to the top and get to take our country forward into the strongest possible future. We've all got a stake in that, and it starts with making sure certain ideas, particularly when they are such ordinary, sensible and mainstream ones, aren't being taken out of the argument.